Welcome back to Stop the Clock with Brad. I'm glad you found the channel and hope you enjoy this episode. If you do, please give it a big like. If you watch 2 or 3 and you like it, go ahead and subscribe. That'd be great too for all of us. So this week, I want to talk about why I think the carnivore diet is the best diet for longevity. People may think this is a carnivore channel. It's not. That's just the lifestyle that's best for me and the one I talk about. It's actually a longevity channel. That's how I found the carnivore diet, was trying to live longer. If I'd found a vegan diet or a vegetarian diet was the best thing, that'd be this kind of channel. But it's not. I think that's one of the worst things to do. So carnivore is the one I think is the best, and I'll tell you why. Well, let's talk about it. So what's some of the big killers out there for us? One of them's cancer. Cancer's a big baddie out there, right? Well, no study has actually proved it, a clinical study, but lots of doctors do this. They've seen success with it. They believe that cancer thrives on glucose in your system, which helps with cellular reproduction. Well, if there's no sugar in your system, you're starving it with a ketogenic type diet. That's been shown to slow cancer growth. It can starve the cancer out. So if you're keeping the carbs out of the diet, keeping the sugar out of your diet, you're giving cancer a less fun playground to play in. They're not going to want to be there. So I see that right there from those studies that, hey, I'm not saying I won't get cancer, but I'm way less likely, I feel, to get it. I'm not a doctor, but this is the evidence. I feel I'm less likely to get it. And if I do, I should be able to catch it sooner because it's going to grow slower because I'm not shoveling sugar into my body. So that's the first one. Second one is heart disease. Oh, but Brad, you're saying that we eat red meat. Isn't that bad for heart disease? That's what they want you to think. But every study they do, including one that came out in the past 3 months, when they study vegetarians versus meat eaters, they control the vegetarians. They're not eating processed meat. They're not doing those things. Whereas on the meat eaters, they don't care what kind of meat you're eating. They're not saying, oh, only eat grass-fed ribeye. No, it's any kind of meat. It can be sausage, bacon, lunch meat, any kind of processed meat. We know that processed meat isn't good for you, the nitrates and the nitrites. That's not the best thing. Is it better than a candy bar? Sure, but that's not what we're eating every day. But that's how they do this study. And so, of course, they're going to have worse outcomes than what we're going to have. We've also learned a whole lot more about LDL, tons of news out there. I don't worry about my LDL. The higher my LDL, the better my testosterone. The better my testosterone, the better I feel. The better I am in the gym. The better I am in the gym, the more muscle I have. The more muscle I have, the healthier I am. That's going to lead us into the third thing I want to talk about, muscle. Having muscle is one of the great things for longevity. We've talked on the channel numerous times about how being strong can help you when you go to fall. If your leg is strong, you can stop yourself when you fall. If your legs are strong, you can have better balance when you trip. Last week, I was coming down a spiral staircase where I was staying in Turkey. There was a minor earthquake a few miles away. I lost my balance, fell over to my right, but since my leg was strong enough, I was able to move my hips, bring myself into balance, not fall down the stairs. That, of course, made me healthier by not falling down the stairs. So yes, the muscle is also good in surgery. Studies have shown that fit people are more likely to have better outcomes coming out of surgery than obese people. And then the other part of the muscle is if you are in an accident, you're more likely to receive less major injuries with muscle than you would be if you're obese. So the muscle does all those things for us. Plus, more muscle keeps our hormones in balance. Having more muscle helps you be less glucose tolerant. So your glucose levels are better. They're lower. That makes you feel better. If you feel better, you're going to exercise more. And then again, for longevity, we have these sirtuin pathways. Well, mTOR, it's stimulated by amino acid. So, oh no, we're not going to live as long. Well, if I'm doing the other pathways and I'm not doing as great with the mTOR, but someone like me who intermittent fasts, I'm only eating 2 meals a day in a more compact window, then the rest of that time, my mTOR is not being stimulated. So I'm eating before I work out, I'm eating a little while after I work out, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. But the biggest my feeding window usually is on a non-strange day is 6 hours. So the other 18 hours, I'm cool. So I feel I'm getting the best of both worlds. I've got the muscle, which is very necessary for longevity. At the same time, I'm getting the benefits of not stimulating mTOR all day long. I mean, you can look at some people. David Sinclair, one of the pioneers in this industry, eats more of a vegetarian diet. This is him. He's a smaller person. He doesn't have the same muscle mass that I have. So if something happened, I feel like I'm going to be better off. I can give up a little bit of the benefit of not stimulating mTOR much at all for the amount of muscle mass that I'm getting to carry. So yeah, that's it. Take this for what you will, but yeah, I really do feel that this carnivore lifestyle is the absolute best lifestyle for longevity. So thanks for watching. Again, hope you enjoyed it. Give it a like, and remember, together, we can stop that clock.